Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Aliso, Viejo. My name is Kelly Chaplin, and I am so happy to serve as your platform assistant this morning. If you did bring a picture of your dad with you this morning, please come up and put it at one of the tables so that we can remember them while we have our service. And right now, I'd like to welcome Lou Savage, who has our announcements this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Father's Day to you, fathers. Those of you who are fathers. I was going to bring a picture of my father, but I stormed out of the house. You did the same thing today. We stormed out of the house and forgot pictures of our fathers for the remembrance table. But that's okay, next year. Somebody text me the night before, will you? We've been in our new location for 1 year now. And so we're going to celebrate big time with a very festive event on Sunday, July 20th. There's going to be a concert, an art show, delicious refreshments. Come and bring your friends and family. More important will be dyslexia. More information. I also have Tourette's, and when I have Tourette's, I yell dyslexia, among other things. Let's begin again. More information will be arriving in your mail around the first week of July. Reverend Margaret will be back from her Unity conference next week. Her talk is going to be entitled, Plug into Your Power. Course in Miracles is offered here every Thursday evening from 7 to 8:30. This is a self-study course for retraining the mind that is spiritual rather than religious in its perspective. Although it uses Christian terminology, it is ecumenical in its approach, and its underlying ontology is reminiscent of ancient refrains echoing the world's most hallowed traditions. The course works best with a support group. Come join us for that support and discussion every Thursday evening. A lot of big words in there. Our Tai Chi class is from 3 to 4 p.m. every Wednesday. Friends are welcome to attend along with you. Who went to the last one? Oh boy, you must feel very fit. Or very elastic. Very what? There. Okay, well that's pretty general. I feel here. How about you? For personal prayer support today, please go to the prayer room, which is right over there. After the service, Carol Croskery is our prayer chaplain. Where are you? Oh, I had no idea. I should have read your name tag. I never got that close. My eyes aren't that good. You'll be available. She'll be available to pray with you there. And if you would like a prayer chaplain to call you and privately counsel you, sign up in the fellowship area, and you will get a very special phone call. And now, let's move on to our service.
Thank you, Lou. Each Sunday morning, our children meet in Suite 130 to learn Unity principles through art and stories. We always keep them in our hearts, and each Sunday we send them a special blessing. Here at Unity, we tell our children, you are God's perfect child, and I love you just the way you are. Please, and I love you just the way you are. Let's say that together. You are God's perfect child, and I love you just the way you are. Please remember our children and our youth education team in your prayer time this week. And don't forget, there's still a small child that lives in each and every one of you. At Unity, we greet you in the name of all that is beautiful and sacred, where we embrace all spiritual paths that teach love. Unity offers a positive path for spiritual living and welcomes people of every creed, color, ethnicity, age, socioeconomic background, sexual orientation, and people with disabilities. Unity leaves no one out. We also like to say that you are not here by accident, but by divine appointment, and we are so grateful that you kept your appointment with Spirit this morning. And I know after this morning's earlier service, you will be so grateful that you kept your appointment this morning because we've got some power in store for you. Let's go ahead and take a moment to silence our minds and our hearts and open up with prayer. As we breathe in God's love, the love that's filled in this room, we remember our fathers and our father figures. And we remember all the love and all the joy and all the patience and all the care they took with us. We know that's always a part of us. And we are so grateful. And so it is. And so it is. Right now I'd like to introduce our soloist, Michael Paul Smith, and you may want to buckle your seatbelts.
Well, good morning. It's such a joy to be here with you this morning, and happy Father's Day to us fathers and those mothers who were fathers as well. You know, it's not a gender thing necessarily, because in my community, so many mothers raise children without fathers, and want to recognize you as well. To dream the impossible dream.
You can't say I didn't warn you. And it only gets better. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get enough of him, so I bought a CD. So at the end of the service, he does have CDs here, so you'll want to check that out. But now it's time for good news. Here at Unity, we always have good news, and if you have good news to share, we would love to hear from you. So please raise your hand. I'll bring you the mic and share your good news with us. Okay, Rick has some good news.
We headed over to the Irvine Spectrum last night to the Improv and saw Craig Shoemaker, the Love Master, as he calls himself. We laughed for about an hour and 45 minutes, and my cheeks still hurt today.
Vaughn has good news.
The good news is there is no bad news.
Lou, did I see you had your hand up? Uh-oh.
Like we saw Greg Shoemaker one time on a cruise ship, remember? Very funny. For those of you who, my cheeks hurt now thinking about it. For those of you who are not on my mailing list or who aren't on Facebook with me and always ask me, where are you playing? I'll be playing at a place in Costa Mesa on 17th in Irvine called La Cave. It's a restaurant that's been there for 50 years. Depends who you ask. He says, yes, is the food good? Yes, sure. Yeah. But anyway, 6 to 9, early hours, 6 to 9. If you want to come and see us, we have a little group. It's a cabaret group. Deborah will also be singing. It's called The Blue Delilahs, and a couple of girls. We do songs from the 30s, 40s, 50s, cabaret style stuff. I'll be playing my upright bass. It's very cool and fun. If you want to come and sit in the little Las Vegas showroom that they have, which is about this big, because it's only that big, you may need a reservation to sit in there and have dinner. So anyway.
What night?
Sorry about that. Tuesday, 17th.
Carol has good news.
I don't know where to start. We're just overflowing with blessings, Rick and I. Our careers are going better than they've gone since we first met 8 years ago, and prosperity is flowing, and everything is great in our family. And not tomorrow, but next Monday is my 61st birthday, and I know I share a birthday with Ellen on June 23rd, right? We met in a restaurant once when we discovered we were there for our birthday. But the fun thing in our family is Rick started a tradition the year that we started going out together 8 years ago of giving me a card and a little gift for the 7 days of my birthday week. So Tuesday, I will start collecting cards and gifts, and I'm very excited about that.
Here, right there. Anyone else? Okay. Amy has good news.
I've just had an abundance of blessings in my family this last month. I was trying to think. My niece had a baby, and her husband got his master's degree and a new job. And then 2 of my nephews graduated from college, and one of those nephews got engaged. And then my stepson got his master's degree this week. So it's just been so much happening in my family. Good stuff.
All right. Thank you.
I don't know how many of you know the saga of our cars, losing my car, but we sold the Prius. We had a Prius that the battery died, and we just sold it as is, and we started a bidding war. He couldn't answer all the phone calls, and we sold it for $1,200 more than it posted for.
Wow. We like money, good news. Anyone else? Okay, well now it's time to sing. Please stand as we sing, Tom.
Rainbow Connection. So the computer that drives our screens crashed about halfway through first service, but I know you guys know this song. And if you don't, I have the words, so follow me. Here we go. Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side?
And now before we're seated, let's turn to each other and offer each other a warm unity greeting. Okay. As we're seated, our musicians will lead us into a time of meditation.
Father, by your love, I now rest in your eternal arms. Quietly I go within and hear, be still and know that I am God.
Be still. Be still. Allowing our bodies and our minds to relax and be still. The love in this room flows into us as we take a deep breath. We allow our imagination to reflect back on a time that we spent with our father or our father figure, a special time or a place or an event where we felt that loving fatherly presence, that guidance, that protection. As we allow our imagination to just dwell on the details of that memory, we are so filled with that fatherly love. Go deep into that love and enjoy the memory. as we return our attention back to this room, we know that love and those memories are woven into the fabric of who we are. So although time, space, or dimension may separate us from our fathers, their love, their presence, their protection is always with us, as us. And so it is.
Sing with me now, sweep over my soul.
Sweep over my soul. Sweep over my soul. Come, gracious Spirit, sweep over my soul. Sweep out hate and fear. Sweep out hate and fear. Come, gracious Spirit, sweep out hate and fear. Sweep in love and peace. Sweep in love and peace. Come, gracious Spirit, sweep in love and peace. Sweep in grace and joy. Sweep in grace and joy. Come, gracious Spirit, sweep in grace and joy.
And so it is.
Well, this is my favorite time of the year. It's called summertime. I hope you enjoy this next number. Summertime and the living
Well, I told this story at the first lesson, so I might as well tell it again today. Michael and I actually met in heaven. We were spirits together, and I wanted that voice. God had a coin. Here I am. Michael, in all honesty, you were so blessed, and I think you know that. That is unbelievable, and I bought a CD. In fact, she bought a CD. You have some songs on the one I bought she wants. So Kelly and I, 2 weeks from now, are swapping. I hope so. There's a destiny that makes us brothers and sisters. No one goes this way alone. All that we give into the lives of others comes back into our own. And I learned that from my father. I learned lots of things from my dad. The greatest gift I ever got came from God. I call him Dad. Dad taught me how to throw a baseball, how to throw a football. Dad taught me all those kinds of things. Dad also taught me he could use this belt on my when I was out of line. He taught me discipline, and he taught me respect, and he taught me how to love other people. I was a big hugger before I got to this church. My dad hugs everybody. I saw my dad last Thursday, at my grandson's graduation from junior high. And unfortunately, he's got great health. He's got the heart's working and all that stuff, but his memory's going. He repeated the same story 4 or 5 times. I see some noddings of heads. So some of you have some loved ones like that. And it hurts. It hurts a lot. But I constantly remember, and that's what today is about, is the remembrance of what these men did for all of us and what my dad did for me. Anyone can be a father. It takes a real man to be a daddy. Gary Singleton was a young man who loved football from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. For some of you college football fans out there like myself, you'll know Tuscaloosa. That's where the University of Alabama is. He liked it. Gary played football as a little child. Loved football. Just did everything to get on that field. Played Pop Warner as a little boy. Played high school football. He was good. He wasn't great. He was good. Tried to get into to Alabama. This is a time when the legendary coach Paul Bear Bryant was still alive. Vaughn's passing him. You knew Paul Bear. Yes, I know you did. And he tried to get in, but he was good, but he wasn't quite good enough, so he didn't get a scholarship, but he was a walk-on. And Paul Bear Bryant let him be on the taxi squad and let him do the practicing, but he would never play in the game. And the last week of their practice, on the Monday, when they were in practice, someone from the school came up to Mr. Bryant, handed him a note, and he asked Gary to come forward. And Gary came forward off the practice field and said, "Gary, I got some bad news. Your dad's passed away. You need to go spend the time with your family." Gary left, but on Saturday on game day, Gary showed up, dressing in uniform. Great motivation for the team. Paul Bear Bryant came in and said, "Gary, you don't have to play today. You don't have to dress up. You don't have to be here." He said, "No, Coach, I need to be here because I got to play today. I have got to play today." So Coach said, "Well, we'll see." First quarter, nothing happened. Gary did not get in. Second quarter, he went up to Paul Bear Bryant again, asking him, begging him, "Please let me play, please let me play. I've got to play today." And he still didn't let him go in. They went to halftime or third quarter. Gary literally in his uniform with his helmet on, got on his hands and knees and begged Bear Bryant to let him get into that game. And he did. He got in the game. He played better than he had ever played in his life. ran faster than he'd ever run before in his life. He hit people. He tackled people. He played beyond his physical capability that day. After it was over in the locker room, Bear Bryant came over to Gary and said, Gary, wow, you never played like that. What's the deal? He said, well, did you ever know my dad? He said, no, I never got a chance to meet your dad. I said, I would see you guys walking hand in hand, arm in arm in campus, but I never got a chance to meet your dad. He said, well, Coach, see, my dad was blind. Today was the first day my daddy got to see me play. I played today for my daddy. Those are the moments that we've had in our lives when all of us, to our dads and our moms, where we had that moment of pride that knew that our parents were proud of us, were proud of what we had accomplished. And mine came in February of 1981. In May of that year, 1981, I was elected state president of the California Junior Chamber of Commerce. And prior to that, for 6 or 7 months, I'd run up and down this state, as this lovely lady knows, campaigning in small little towns all over this great state. There actually are small towns in this great state. I mean, small towns. I gave speeches to people in their houses with only 3 people in the room, and speeches in halls of several hundred people. Well, we got elected. We weren't supposed to get elected, but we did. And as Bonnie will attest, the very first thing I said after we got elected, what the hell are we supposed to do now? We didn't anticipate winning, but we won. Well, back to February in that year, we had done well. I was the 53rd state president of the California Junior Chamber of Commerce, and they had a parade of states, and the year prior they had finished 47th out of 50 states in competition and membership and how much money you'd raised and how much you'd done for your communities. Well, we were in the top 10, first time in years and years. So we were getting lots of accolades for what our team had done. So much so that the president of the United States JCs, Gib Garrow, who just tragically passed away several weeks ago, said, listen, you're doing so great, I'm going to come on in, put a thing together, and I'll talk to your troops. And he was coming in from Skiatook, Oklahoma. I decided, I'll tell you what, I'm going to use this as an incentive with all my district governors. Here's an incentive. Do this, 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 and this, and you'll get to host the president of the United States Junior Chamber of Commerce. Great. Rich Carlson wins. He puts it on. In February of that year, we show up at Universal Studios at the Hilton Hotel, and he rented this great big huge banquet room. It had a 3-tiered platform. First tier was all my district governors. Second tier was all the vice presidents. And then Bonnie, myself, and Richard, and of course Gib Garrow, the national president, up on this great big huge platform. Rich is welcoming everybody, bringing everybody on board. And he makes reference to Rocky. That was the movie Rocky came out. It happened to be one of our theme songs. And all of a sudden, the back of this great big huge banquet room opens up, and in marching is the USC marching band. I kid you not. I mean, it's just like, whoa. And they're playing Rocky. And they went through the whole place, remember? Went through the whole place, and finally subsided. And Rich now was to introduce me as I was going to be introducing the president. And he gave this overwhelming speech. What we learned, introduction, what we learned in JCs is an introduction is a small little speech. And he gave me, it was ridiculous. And at the time I was running for national vice president before my term was over. And of course everybody stood up and Wayne, all that good stuff. They finally subsided. And I'm up on this 3rd tier of this platform. And I look down about where Ned's sitting. I look down and my dad is there. And he's got tears coming down his cheek. And I start getting mine. And I just looked at Dad and I said, "You proud now, Dad?" And of course, he just nodded, and of course, everybody erupted again with the tears of joy that they had, understanding what I had just gone through that moment. Just like you all, so many heads shaking. I remember that moment you had with your parents when you knew, God, they're proud of me. They're really proud of me. As I was running up and down the state campaigning and then running up and down the state as a state president, Bonnie can tell you that I slept in our own bed. It was easy to count the amount of nights I was in my own house, in my own bed, than it was to tell you how many days I was on the road. It was constant. And many, many nights I'm coming home at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm locking the door real quiet. I'm taking the shoes off and putting them aside. I don't want to make up Bonnie. I don't want to wake up the kids. I walk down that hall, and there's that room at the end of the hall that I think many of you know about, regardless of what hallway it was. It's that room with that little crack that's open, and that little light is coming through from the nightlight that's in your child's room. And I tiptoe down, and I open the door, and my angels are there. Now, during the day with Mom, they were probably hellions. But 1 o'clock in the morning with me, after a long, long day, and maybe sometimes a long week, they were angels for me sitting there. And I would look at them and realize what God had given me, a beautiful daughter, a beautiful son that my wife had given to me. They had a poster in the room. Bright stars, rainbow fashion, jump out at you. Celebrate, believe it. You are a real find in someone's eyes. Believe it. You are a unique and priceless jewel on the face of this earth. Believe it. God don't make no junk. God don't make no junk. There have been please understand in closing, the people were designed for accomplishment. They were engineered for success, and we were endowed with the seeds of greatness. The only difference between success and failure in life is what each and every one of us do with that water pitcher of life, making sure to nurture those seeds of greatness that God gave us, every single one of us. Don't talk to me about age. I'm 67. Don't talk to me about things that you want to do. You say, I can't do it because I'm too old. Because if you do, I'll stand up here for another hour and I'll tell you stories about Colonel Sanders and Mary Kay. You don't want to sit here for another hour. So don't tell me about your age. There have been 8 billion people on this planet Earth. And there's never been another one like you. With your eyes, Carol. With your smile, Ned. With your smile, Carol. There's never been another one like you. You are special. You are unique. You are a limited edition, a special print. And I love each and every one of you. God bless.
Wayne, I just want you to know that you're amazing. You're amazing. And you're doing amazing things as well. And this is your beautiful wife here. You got good taste. You're amazing. Do amazing things. You're amazing, George, and you're amazing, Marilyn, and you're amazing, Gene, and you're amazing, Wayne, and you're amazing, Rob, and you're amazing, Cecile, and you're amazing, Ned, and you're gonna do amazing things, just amazing things. You're gonna do amazing things, yeah, 'cause you're amazing. You're just amazing, and you will do amazing things. You're amazing, you're just amazing, and you will do amazing things. And you will do, yeah. I said you do amazing things. Woo!
Michael, thank you so much for sharing your amazing, amazing God-given gift with us.
If I didn't call your name, it's because I couldn't read it. I couldn't catch it. So.
Thank you. Wow, so blessed we are to have Michael here. Let's give him another round of applause. Gentlemen, for your music, thank you as always, all of you. Sound, video, for trying, thank you. And Wayne, you are such a blessing to us here at Unity of Aliso, Viejo. Thank you so much for sharing your Father's Day with us. We are blessed. This part of our service we call our Sacred Walk of Abundance. The law of giving and receiving is a principle understood by all spiritual traditions. We invite you to experience this principle in body, mind, and spirit. As you feel comfortable, please come forward on either side and take an affirmation blessing from one of the crystal bowls. And if you have a financial offering, please place it in the silver plate. If you don't have an offering today, please come forward anyway. Say a silent prayer of thanksgiving, and please do take your blessing. Before we do this, let's speak our offering blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I give and all that I receive. Amen. Please come forward as you feel comfortable.
Now let us affirm our offering by singing together our offering song, I Am So Blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all. I am so blessed. Just keep going. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And so it is.
We are so blessed. If you are here for your first, second, or third time and have not been recognized as a newcomer, we invite you to stand so that we can welcome you. Do we have any newcomers here today? We all look like family. Well, you need to stand. We need to welcome you and bless you. Please remain standing for just a moment while we bless you. Here at Unity, we like to say, you are the light of the world. Together? We bless you with all the love in our hearts. Your presence makes a difference. Welcome home. Welcome home. Our usher has a little gift for you, and then we also have a gift in the bookstore. For most of us, when we found Unity, we had felt we had come home, and we truly hope that you felt at home this morning, and you brought a lot of that home here to us as well, so thank you for that. We encourage you to fill out the membership slip in your information packet, and then Mark will have a gift for you in the bookstore. It is our way of saying thank you so much for being a part of our service and blessing us this morning. Thank you. Well, we hope you'll be back. Reverend Margaret will be back next week, and I forgot what her lesson was. It was something about being powerful, and I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. So we do hope that we'll see you back then. And as our service comes to a close, please join me in speaking our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Amen. Please let's all stand and join hands together as we sing our closing song, Let There Be Peace on Earth.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow.